Yeah, am I audible? Yeah, anyway, very good morning. We are meeting after a small break. Okay. Anyway, uh, if you remember in the last class, we started with Arsene Kamal. And arts, we finished two classes. In the first class, I discussed about the introduction to Arsene Kamal. And in the second class, we have discussed in detail about the mentals of Arsene Kamal. In case if you have any doubts related to those two topics, we will quickly look at the doubts. If the concept is clear, we will not waste time. We will talk the particular symptoms. So quickly, any questions? No questions. Okay, chalo. See now, I have been insisting whenever you study the particular symptoms, two components play a very important role. Okay. Now the first component that will help us understand the particular symptoms will be the sphere of action and pathogenesis. Okay. And the second component that plays, or two more components we can add here. The second component will be ailments from the causative factor. And the third component could be the characteristic symptom. So understanding sphere of action, pathogenesis, ailments from, and the characteristic symptoms will help us understand the particular symptoms better. Okay. So with this small thought, we will continue with the particular symptoms of arsenic Kamal. Now, quickly, what were the causative factors? You can start typing. I have given you plenty. What were the causative factors of arsenic Kamal? Yeah, morning, and it's very cloudy. So must be you're in a sleepy mode. Okay, somebody at least starts good. Bhagyashree says cold ice creams. Very good. Decade food, yes. Only Bhagyashree is awake. How about your other friends? I see some 45 participants and only Bhagyashree answering. Okay, anyway, good. Any other causative factors you can think of? Three causative factors she's given you. Tobacco, yeah. Fatima says tobacco, good. Alcohol, very good. Agreed. Yeah, any other causative factors you can think of. See, if we keep the causative factors in the background, it will become very easy for us. Okay. Now, what were the sphere of action and pathogenesis? Where exactly you saw arsenic malacting? See, small break and you forget, no, it will not be fair. Yeah, again, okay, mind is something we have already discussed. Apart from mind, good nervous system, beautiful. Any other areas that you can think of? Mucous membrane. Yeah, now others are also waking up slowly. Lekha is awake, Deepika is awake. Yes. Muscles, joints, good, keep it up. Lungs, okay, chalo. See now, okay, once again, a very good morning and we will start. Fine, good. Now the interaction is happening. Now, a quick revision. Yes, good. A lot of inputs coming in the chat box. A quick recap of what we have done. At least the sphere of action, mainly the mucous membrane. You saw that it causes inflammation. The inflammation will be psora. Arsenicamal has all the three miasms. Okay. So what you also see in arsenicamal is it can cause destruction. So destructive inflammation, serous membrane, muscles, somebody rightly said, and nerves, the kidneys. I told you any organ you name, arsenic has an affinity. Kidneys, inflammation, blood, it will cause destruction, it will cause anemia. Skin, somebody rightly told, it will cause a lot of eruptions. We'll look at the eruptions a little later. Lungs, yes. Yeah, we are again talking of the circulatory system there, and here it is the heart. the liver. Yeah, you see almost all areas arsenic acting. Okay. Now the ailments from again they're very very important. Okay. Now we saw the alcohol, the fruits, and I told you something very characteristic when you talk of ailments from fruits. Fruits which mainly have more of water content. Okay, like we were discussing about grapes, musambis, watermelon, the juicy fruits. Arsenic patient will be sensitive to juicy fruits. They're not the pulpy fruits that we're talking of. We're talking of the juicy fruits, the cold food. Yes, the cold fruits, frozen food, tobacco, fine swimming, what is it, traveling through ship, okay, and mountaineering, decayed food. There are plenty of things. Lifting, suppressed skin eruptions. We were looking at the emotional factors, anxiety, bad news, fear, all these things, death, sadness, grief, all these things are the causative factors in arsenic amal. So, I mean, we'll not go into the entire arsenic amal. I've said this slide again makes a lot of sense for us. If you have to understand the particular symptoms, having all these things in the background, they are very, very important. Otherwise, you'll find the class boring because I will be talking and you will not connect with what I'm trying to tell. Okay. So whatever we have done in the past, it's very important you remember the memory, or the thought, whatever I've told you, that should reflect. Otherwise, class will become very boring. Right? So these were few characteristic symptoms, and we'll be applying all these things when we talk of the particular symptoms. So mind, I'll not again waste time discussing about mind. We have spent solid 1 hour in the last class. We have discussed mentals in detail. So we'll not look into the mentals now. Yeah, they had despair of recovery. This was the last slide where arsenic will go into suicidal thoughts. Okay, and you will have a lot of problems later on. Huh? So this was what it was, a small recap. Now we'll focus on today's class. I intend to divide the particulars of arsenic into two parts. So the first part of the particular symptoms, we'll take it in today's class, and hopefully in the next class we'll try to complete arsenic amal. With that, my syllabus will be completed. Okay, so please focus on the particular symptoms. A very important remedy. uh, I can share my own case. A few days back I was down with fever. I had shared this case in some other webinar. I was down with fever, bad chills, fine. And my wife was treating me, and the COVID situation also was around, so we were a little worried, and I was in COVID duty also. So there was a lot of stress and tension at home. What exactly I'm going through? Bad chills I had cough, and she gave me one or two remedies. Unfortunately, those remedies did not work. And one beautiful observation, was that I was feeling very cold. I told you that, I was wrapped, I was covering 2, 3 bedsheet I was wearing. I was very dull, very tired. One very important symptom I observed there was, see, only the face part, only the face part, only the head part, I was comfortable with cold. Please listen to this symptom very carefully. For example, when my wife was putting this cold pack, I was very comfortable. The head was very hot, it was burning hot, and even I used to dip cloth, wet it, and then wipe it. Any other area, if a single drop of that water falls, now I would start shivering. Now, this was a beautiful symptom my wife observed, and we tried with arsenic to start with, but arsenic did not give so much of relief. Then she changed the remedy to China Ars because of the periodicity, the intermittent fever I used to get. I was feeling very down, very tired, and all. So the remedy given was China Arts, and after China Arts, I improved beautifully. So what I was trying to tell you here is arsenic. When you talk of the head symptoms of arsenic, there is something very characteristic in arsenic head affections. Now, if you read Kent's, I hope many of you have started reading Kent's. If you are not, please start. It's never late, but it's a beautiful materia medica. As a second year student, you should be aware of the content of Kent, which will definitely help you practice better in your future. Now, this symptom is beautifully described in Kent. Kent says arsenic head is very hot. Arsenic will have burning pains. This is the only pain in arsenic which is better by cold application. I repeat, the only pains or the only complaint in arsenic amal which is better by cold application is the head affections. So wanting the head outside the window or keeping the, I mean, Kent says they want to keep the head in the refrigerator, something like that, they want it to be cold. Fine. Rest of the body, they want it to be warm. The same thing had happened with me. I told you, like, I wanted cold application. Entire face I used to rub, the head part, the forehead, I wanted cold. But any other part, even a drop of that cold water falls on my feet or any other part of my body, I could not tolerate. I used to feel cold. But the same cold water, the same person, when it was applied to my head, I was feeling much, much better. Now, this is the PQRS of arsenic amal. Luckily, my wife observed that, and even I knew I read in arsenic. We took arsenic. She gave me arsenic, but arsenic didn't help. Then the other symptoms, China ars, China plus arsenic, that did the trick, and fever also improved. Weakness was better, and I could get back to my normal routine. You're getting my point. So what I was trying to tell you is, see, when we look at head, there are a lot of things that you need to understand in head of arsenic. Okay. Now, to start with, what can you expect under head? What could be the probable symptoms one can expect under head in arsenic amal? So quickly you can start typing what could be the probable symptoms under head. Hmm? From the knowledge of your anatomy, what can you expect? Very good. Somebody says headache. Absolutely right. One probable thing could be headache. Now look at the head part. What else you have? Apart from the pains, you can also have the scalp. Scalp also gets affected in arsenic amal. And there can be few symptoms related to scalp. We'll look at all those things. There can be hair affections. See, arsenic is a beautiful remedy acting on skin. Okay, so scalp, you can see a lot of problems happening in arsenic. Okay, so quickly we'll look at the problems. Uh, if you look at the head, if you look at the head, the animation part is not done. I was a little busy with the PG exams. I was not very sure if I can take the class today, but then last week we have missed the class, so I thought let us not miss the class. See, now few things I wanted to highlight here. If you are focusing on the headache, now what causes headache? That's the first thing that I've tried to show you here. Ice creams, any change in weather, wine, jarring, these are the few things that can bring headache in arsenic amal. So causation, and then we look at the location. What causes headache was what we discussed. Now, where in arsenic amal they have an affinity for the head, meaning the location part. Predominantly, arsenic will have headaches in the forehead or it could be in the occipital region. Okay, and location sensation. Now, what is that sensation arsenic has? See, each remedy, when they talk of headaches, they have a different sensation. Arsenic has a sensation as if it is getting enlarged. Okay, so arsenic patient feels that is getting elongated or that is getting enlarged. Okay, this is the sensation you have in arsenic. Now, when exactly the pains are more? Arsenic has a periodical headache. From the characteristic symptoms, you all know arsenic has good amount of periodicity. 12 to 2 a.m., 12 to 2 p.m. aggravation. Headache coming every 2 weeks. Headache coming every 2 months. Okay. Now that is the periodicity I am trying to tell you in arsenic. 12 to 2. 12 to 2 a.m. or 12 to 2 p.m. is arsenicamol. Okay. So the only aggravating factor, the heat aggravates headache. That's very, very important. So periodical headache, heat aggravates. Now what ameliorates the headaches? See, we are going very systematic. We are going according to one great man, Boningason. He was the one who introduced the concept of complete symptom. So causation, location, sensation, modalities, we spoke the aggravation. Under amelioration, they feel better by external pressure. They feel better by external pressure. Or very important is coldness. This is something you'll have to highlight. You have to remember the head complaints, they feel better by coldness. So headache better by cold. Rest of the body better by heat is an indication of arsenic-amol. And what is it associated with? Somebody in the chat box, they have told migraine. Many times the headaches in arsenic will be associated with stomach complaints, gastric complaints. I hope I am clear. Location, sensation, modality, concomitant. Now, apart from the head, there are two more areas I would like to focus here. One which you already see to my left, that is the scalp affections. Now, what scalp affections can you expect in arsenic? When you talk of the scalp affections, you mainly see eruptions. Okay, pustular eruptions, dry eruptions, scaly eruptions, psoriasis of the scalp. We have given arsenic. Okay, not as a specific remedy, it will have its own affections. Fungal infections of the scalp, yes, good. Somebody rightly says fungal affections of the scalp. Now, when does arsenic get indicated? There will be intolerable itching, burning, burning better by cold, intolerable itching, burning. They have to scratch so much that literally they bleed. These are few indications of arsenic related to scalp. Yes, hair is also very sensitive. Somebody rightly said, good. Hair is also very sensitive. They can't even comb their hair. Good. I forgot that point. Gray hair affections, hair fall, alopecia. Hair is sensitive. They cannot brush their hair. You have it in arsenic. Hmm? One symptom you have to remember here is the vertigo part. Now, when in arsenic they will have vertigo. Vertigo mainly during cough. Vertigo in asthmatics or vertigo before epilepsy. These are few symptoms related with vertigo in arsenic. I hope you have got clarity about arsenic head affections. Three areas we have tried to discuss here. The head symptoms. First is the headache, which we have spoken in length. Second will be the scalp affections, as simple as pustules, fungal infections are as severe as scalp psoriasis. Okay, dandruff, hair fall, graying of hair being sensitive, they all come under scalp and the vertigo part. Okay. We will quickly move to the next part. I'm sorry, unfortunately, the animation part is not done. So everything is visible. I wanted to have a discussion here. Now, under eyes, what do you expect? The more quick you are, we can move to the next topic. Under eyes, what do you expect? What do you expect under eyes? Very good. Somebody says, yeah, the first word that you will have to remember in arsenic is inflammation. Okay, so acting on the eye, the conjunctiva, the iris, any part of the eye, the retina, you typically see inflammation in arsenic. Other than the inflammation, the second very important part, like many of you have got it right, for example, in conjunctivitis, when there can be lacrimation. The character of lacrimation in arsenic will be acrid lacrimation. So there will be burning lacrimation, the lacrimation which is acrid. Which is the remedy that comes up here from your syllabus? Acrid lacrimation. You're taking so much time. Yes, very good. Euphrasia, good. As simple as that. See, you need to be very quick. Done? Good, beautiful. Euphrasia. Now many of you come up with euphrasia. Good. So, acrid lacrimation, conjunctivitis. Okay. Uh, One very important symptom here can be photophobia. Extensive photophobia. They're very sensitive to light. Okay. So, photophobia, inflammations, ulcerations. See, arsenic, I told you, causes inflammatory ulcers. Okay, destructive inflammation. So ulcers in the cornea, okay, ulcers in the conjunctiva, you can also think of arsenic. Burning, fine, all those things you'll have in arsenic. So what I was trying to tell you here is the inflammation part, which we are very clear. Then the photophobia we spoke, the discharges, which you all know was acrid, acrid. Now talking of ears, you should apply the same thing that we discussed here. For example, next year you'll be taught in ENT what all ear affections can happen. But arsenic, what you expect here is ASOM, CSOM, acute suppurative otitis media or chronic suppurative otitis media. Yes, Ulas, correct. Otorrhea. You'll have discharge from the ears. You know the character of discharge in arsenic amar. Many remedies will have discharges, but in arsenic, the discharges will be acrid, the discharges will be offensive, as if something has been rotten. They may not typically tell you cadaverous because they are not medical students like you. But I mean, when something gets decayed, when something gets rotten, that kind of smell I'm getting from my ears. You have better remedies, but as a second year student, please remember arsenic amal. So here you have discharges, you have acute and chronic suppurative otitis media. Just below the ear icon, I have shown you something very characteristic. Now what you have in arsenic under the ear is that they will have deafness. They will have deafness. Now what is characteristic in arsenic? Deafness. Deafness mainly for human voice. Okay. Assuming if we have an arsenic participant in today's class, then they'll not hear what I'm trying to tell. See, you may not hear because of various reasons. Okay, in arsenic, they mainly have deafness for human voice. Another remedy you should also remember here will be phosphorus. Okay, so deafness for human voice is arsenic, and we'll look at another area, very important area, and this is nose. Again, nose. Go back to the sphere of action, acting on the mucous membrane. You see, it will increase secretions. It can cause cold. It can cause coryza. Okay. The discharges again will be very acrid, thin. Many times it can corrode the upper lip. The upper lip, when the discharges come in contact with the upper lip, they're so acrid, it can corrode. Which are all the other remedies which can corrode? Which remedy should come to your mind quickly? Here, with this acrid nasal discharges, corroding. See, somebody is talking of aloes, somebody is talking of Sina. Now the right remedy, Allium Sipa. Very good. Now I'll just clarify here. See, Sina. In Sina, the discharges are not acrid, mind you. In Sina, there will be irritation of the nose because of the worms. So what you see in Sina is the child will either keep boring his finger in the nose, or he keeps rubbing his nose against the mother's shoulder, father's shoulder, or against his own fist, his own hand. You see the child rubbing. Now this is because of irritation. Okay. Now I don't know why Alos came up there. Alos also has boring. Alos also bores his finger, but the area is different. Alos will bore his finger in the anus. There will be so much of itching in the anus that the Alos has to literally bore his finger in the anus. Boring is correct, but you will have to remember the area. In Alemsipa, it will be the nostril. In Alos, it will be the anus. Okay. As a second year student, you also have to remember two more remedies. Child bores his finger into the nose. Arum triphyllum. Arum triphyllum. Again, a very small remedy, acute remedy, very similar to Alemsipa. There again, you will have a lot of irritation, lot of acridity that the person has to literally keep uh, putting his finger till it bleeds. Arum triphyllum. Don't forget. Arsenicum iodatum is another remedy, which again will have acrid discharges. The discharges are so acrid, it will eat up the mush, the hair. Similar thing you have in Alemsip also. Acrid nasal discharges, it typically eats up the hair, Alemsipa. So, focusing on Arsenicum the nasal affections, first thing what we saw here was acting on the mucous membrane, it will cause coryza, it will cause cold. Fine. There will be excessive nasal secretion. First thing. Second very important thing is it's a very important remedy for sneezing. Many of the allergic conditions during Hahnemann's time it was called as hay fever. It's a old terminology. In present context, we use it as allergic rhinitis. One of the top remedies for allergic rhinitis, arsenicum. Okay, they will have bad sneezing, bad irritation in the nose, and then there is this continuous sneezing, constant sneezing, sneezing followed by coryza, bad coryza, watering. We have patients coming to our clinic. Doctor, I have to use so many kerchiefs. I wear some 10 kerchiefs, 8 kerchiefs. Many people tell I have big, big towels and so much of sneezing. I don't know from where so much discharge comes. Okay, one remedy you can think of. There are plenty of remedies. One remedy is arsenic amal. Arsenic will have its own totality. Acrid discharges, burning, irritation, sneezing. Sneezing more on waking. They got a lot of remedies. But I want arsenic to be in your mind. And one more symptom before I forget here in arsenic is that sensitiveness to smell. Okay, like we saw in Nux vomica. Nux is also sensitive to smell, but here he is sensitive to smell of food. Nux can be sensitive to any smell. Arsenic is generally sensitive to smell of cooked food. For example, something is cooking. That smell can cause nausea. That smell can cause vomiting. It is very different from Nux vomica. Nux vomica is sensitive, is acute to smell, meaning he is the first person who can feel the smell. But in arsenic, the smell is specified to the cooking, okay, fine, or the food smell that will bring nausea in arsenic amal. I hope the nose part is clear. Mainly concentrate on the coryza, the sneezing, and the sensitiveness to smell. Coming to the face of arsenic will have more of old looking face, like we discussed. I was telling this in some remedy, like for example, Berat, or even when we spoke of arsenic look, they have this sunken eyes, they generally look thin with that hypocritic face, the dehydrated face. That's what you have in arsenic. Okay. Now, Very important for us will be the gastric affections of arsenic. I don't know how much time we have. Yeah, we have some time. So the gastric affections of arsenic. Now, I have been insisting we did the same exercise when we did Nux vomica, that we start from mouth and we go down till the anus. Now, this is the GI affections. Similarly, when we do that kind of exercise in arsenic amal, we start with mouth and then slowly we go down. So mouth, what do you expect? Mouth, there can be ulcers, very good. Yeah, many of you are getting the answer right. There can be aphthous ulcers. Generally, the tongue in arsenic is clean. They can also have halitosis, bad breath, agreed, aphthe, bad breath, tongue. Generally, it is clean. Which are all the other remedies which will have clean tongue? Name the remedies which has clean tongue. Remedies having clean tongue. No answers. Yes, very good. Neha, Ipecac. Good. Ipecac is the first remedy that should come to your mind as a second year student. There are plenty of remedies. Yes, very good. Sina. Sina is a home remedy. We never think of Sina in Clinton. Good. Sina also has Clinton. Fatima, absolutely right. Sina, Ipecac, beautiful. You can also think of arsenic. See, each of our remedies will have its own characteristic tongue. We have discussed antimicrobe, we have discussed Restox, we have discussed Apis. You'll be discussing many more remedies in future. They will have some characteristic tongue. Typically, arsenic has more of a clean tongue. So we'll get back to arsenic. We were discussing about the GI. We started with mouth, and in the mouth, what we saw was aphthous, bad breath, absolutely right, clean tongue. There can be bleeding gums. Arsenic is a hemorrhagic remedy. Dark hemorrhages, bleeding gums. Yes, good. Now, important will be the stomach affections of arsenic. Toothache, Padmini, could be there. Toothache better by warm application. Okay, if they keep warm food, warm drinks, they feel better. If they drink cold, toothache aggravates. Okay, we'll get back to arsenic. See, next 10-15 minutes, I'll be focusing on the stomach and the abdominal affections of arsenic. When you look at stomach, the first thing that should come to our mind is what are the causative factors which will bring stomach affections. Okay. Now the first culprit in arsenic amal, you don't have it in the slides. I told you I had tough time PG exam, so I could not prepare slides for you. So what I was trying to tell you here is, when you look at the ailments from in arsenic, first thing what you have here is like cold food. Yes, good, agreed. Cold food, fruits, ice cream, alcohol, fine, beer, cheese. Fine. These are few things, sour food. Yeah, absolutely right. You are all getting it right. Good. So these are few things that will cause a stomach disorder. You are aware of Nux vomica. Nux vomica had gastric affections and it had its own causative factor. Okay, one of your friend rightly said, I forgot to mention food poisoning. That should have come first. Good. Whoever it is, I don't know, I didn't see the name. Whoever it is, the first thing that should come to your mind is food poisoning. Good thought. So food poisoning, then you have this cold food, then you have the fruits, then you have the sour food, then you have the alcohol, and of course cheese, sausages. These are all the things that will cause gastric affection in arsenic amal. Okay. Now, what could be the gastric affections? What could be the gastric affections? Yes, decayed food. Yes, food poisoning, decayed food. Fine, good thought. Now, what could be the gastric affections in arsenic amal? See, remember, I am talking to you about the pathology part. Good. As a pathology student, please try applying what you have studied in your systemic pathology related to the stomach. Now, SORA is what we call it as inflammation. You'll be knowing about miasms next year, but remember there can be gastritis, or it could be something serious gastric ulcer. And one more very important pathology you should remember is cancer. Okay, so three things you'll have to remember here: inflammation, gastritis, gastric ulcers, and again a beautiful remedy for gastric cancer, CA stomach. So we'll step by step, we'll slowly unfold the arsenic gastric affections. It's very important. And you'll also have a lot of other symptoms here. Like, for example, there can be indigestion, there can be nausea, there can be vomiting. And arsenic also has good amount of desires and aversions. We'll slowly take all those things into consideration. So inflammation was the first thing we were trying to tell. Gastritis, indigestion. Now the problem in arsenic is they cannot digest or they cannot take cold things very easily. Okay, and you know arsenic has desire for warm things. Anything that is taken cold they cannot tolerate. It is generally thrown out. If you read Allen's, it is told even warm food, once it becomes cold they throw it out. Exactly opposite to phosphorus. Remember, phosphorus likes cold food, arsenic likes warm food. So gastritis, the capacity that they cannot digest cold food. Okay, nausea. Nausea, I mean, we have got few things here. We'll go with this slide so that we don't miss things here. So what do they like? They generally like fat, alcohol, bread, coffee, milk. And what arsenic does not like? Bread, meat, peas, and sweets. These are few things arsenic will not like. Okay. And you know the what is the character of thirst in arsenic? Somebody quickly. What is the characteristic thirst in arsenic, Amal? Quickly means it should be real quick. What is the characteristic thirst? See, it is not unquenchable. Yes, they have thirst for, yes, very good. Thirst for small quantities and at frequent intervals. Yes, beautiful. One more friend of yours gives a lot of clarity. In acute stage, arsenic will have thirst for small quantities. See, many times books say even if they wet their lips with the tongue, no moisture of tongue, that is sufficient for arsenic. So very small quantities and at frequent interval, they need they feel thirsty. In chronic stage, yes, good. They don't feel like drinking water. They're thirstless. Okay. So this is with the thirst, and we were talking of nausea, and you know what brings on nausea in arsenic, Amal? Nausea from the sight and smell of food. Cooking food, that smell can bring on nausea. I told you it's a very good remedy for malignancy, cancer. Good remedy for cancer, where they have all that blackish vomiting. From your pathology knowledge, you know coffee ground vomiting is an indication, is a symptom of cancer. So CS stomach, when they have a lot of burning in the stomach, and burning is better by drinking warm things, you can think of arsenic. Okay, so stomach. I hope I am clear with the stomach affections. Gastritis, malignancy, ulcer, nausea, vomiting, the desires, the aversions, the indigestion, the thirst. All these things will make a small totality related to stomach. See, what are all the other organs that arsenic affects? It can affect the liver, and you also saw a remedy acting on the RBCs, the blood. So spleen also gets affected. So acting on liver, we are focusing on GI, respiratory. I'll talk in the next class. So we are focusing on GI. What you also see is a remedy acting on liver, spleen, pancreas, and intestines. Hepatitis, a very good remedy. You have alcohol as a causation. So hepatitis, liver affections, ascites. Okay, the you saw that the serous membrane they get affected, and there is accumulation of the serous fluid. Okay, ascites is a symptom you have in arsenic. So liver, spleen, pancreas, pancreatitis. Okay, somebody has used this symptom steratoria, where the person is passing undigested stool. He is not able to digest food, and the stool will contain a lot of undigested food particles, fat or whatever has been eaten. It is passed just like that. You can think of arsenic, provided he has other symptoms of arsenic. So in the intestines, what you see in arsenicum always, it can cause inflammation, colitis, can be a very good remedy for irritable bowel syndrome. Arsenic is a very anxious person, and IBS is something that you see more in people who are anxious. That's how aloes is a very good remedy for IBS. Argentum nitricum can be a good remedy for IBS. Okay, arsenic can be a good remedy. I mean, any homeopathic remedy which gets indicated, we don't treat by the name of the disease. We treat the patient. But I'm just giving you some practical hints in future. Okay, they can be handy for you. So, what is it? Colitis, ulcerative colitis, where in this tool you'll have blood, amoebic dysentery is a remedy acting on the liver. Okay, so the last area in the GI will be the rectum. Now, what do you expect in the rectum? You saw that it's a very good remedy for food poisoning. So you see a lot of diarrhea happening in arsenic. Diarrhea when there is a lot of weakness, profuse stools. Okay, lot of weakness, profuse stools. When there is a lot of burning, you can think of arsenic. See, not only diarrhea, it can also be a very important remedy for fissures, for hemorrhoids. We should not forget this hemorrhoids. Piles, generally fissures and hemorrhoids you will be studying in a surgery. In allopathy, they generally operate, but we have many cases in homeopathy. When a right remedy being indicated, we have done wonders. Homeopathy does wonders. So fissures, hemorrhoids. Now, what is the indication of arsenic? They will have burning, they will have pain, but the burning is better by warm application. This can be one very important symptom that can lead you to arsenic. Burning pains, severe burning pains, but the burning is for your shock is better by warm applications. Burning better by warmth. Restlessness, that weakness, hemorrhoids, you can think of arsenic. And I don't know if I did Virat for you. Remember, Virat had told you one symptom. Diarrhea and vomiting will happen together. And arsenic is a remedy you should remember. Arsenic is also a remedy where both the end taps can be open. He is vomiting at the same time there is diarrhea. So this wrong combination or a bad combination where both the ends are open. Apart from Virat, you can also think of arsenic. Virat will have more of coldness. Virat will have more of weakness. What you have in arsenic is arsenic will have more of restlessness. Probably this restlessness will be missing in Virat. Okay, so restlessness is what predominates in arsenic. So this is what I had planned for today. We started with head. A lot of things we discussed on the head. Then we spoke of eyes, ears, a lot of nasal affections, face, and the last part was the JIT. Okay. Now before we close, yeah, Ullas has a question. Can we give for diarrhea? 1 second. That question. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, we have 5 more minutes. Yes. Anyway, can we give for diarrhea due to antibiotics? See, generally, this is not the remedy for antibiotics. Okay. See, for example, if you have the typical character of arsenicamal, that weakness, fine, that restlessness, that burning, fine. But if it is antibiotics, no, the remedy will be Naxomica. After allopathic remedies. If it is specifically weakness after antibiotics, the remedy will be Carbovec. Okay, diarrhea after antibiotics. From my past experience, I feel Nux will be a better remedy than arsenic, unless he has some arsenic strong characters. Yes, any more questions? I hope I am clear with what I wanted to share with you today. Difference in active discharges from euphrasia. Okay, see now euphrasia, especially the eye affections. Okay, only the eye complaints you see that acridity, but in arsenic all discharges, and in euphrasia the nasal discharges are bland. So in arsenic, this is a symptom which runs through and through. Okay, everywhere you have acridity, not only eyes. In euphrasia, it is specifically eyes. In arsenic, it can be any part, nose, in the rectum, any area you can say. And euphrasia is more of pseudosyphilitic remedy, an acute remedy. Arsenic is more deeper, more constitutional. Okay. Bhagya, I hope your doubt is cleared. Any more questions? Ullas had a question. Yes. Any other questions you would like to ask? If you have no questions, we'll close. And hopefully next Wednesday, we'll try to wind up with arsenic. Meanwhile, kindly go through arsenic. And next class, we can be ready with the respiratory affections, the urogenital affections, the skin, and of course the fever and the modalities. These are the headings that we'll be discussing in the next class. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining and see you next week. Thank you.